All right, so for our portfolio items, we could be really creative with this. I think you see a lot of like animated where you're clicking through and things like that, but yeah, I don't really think we need to go into that level of detail with it. So what I'm gonna do instead is we can do like quite large images, but then actually let's just display the large images. So for each one of these, let's just have a look and see what we're getting back. Just want to check I have the image. So yeah, we've got the cover image here. So let's start with that. So instead of doing a title with a link, let's do, okay, we want a link and an A tag. But then inside of that, let's do a div and let's do an image like that. So we can import image from Next.image. And then we can say the source is going to be item.coverimage.url. Height is going to be item.coverimage.height, and the width equals item.coverimage.width, like so. Perfect. Let's give this the old treatment where we do the max width 3XL, MX auto, PX4, small screens, pattern of 6, and then on large screens we do like pattern of 0. So we've got our portfolio items here, and then what we can do, we could try using a, yeah, so let's do, so let's do this. So if we do class name here and position this absolute, and then here we do relative. If we do this with a BG, I don't know, gray 900. We can see, oh, that's going to be the whole thing. Relative absolute. PX0, PY0. I'm not sure why we're getting that little bit at the bottom. Absolute. So where is that little border coming from? Is it because it's a link? Shouldn't be, right? So that's the margin. Just trying to figure out why that div is a little bit bigger than the image. Object cover. And we can do that now on the object fit equals cover. So we can do that, but why is our div bigger than that? And just get rid of the link and the A tag. I don't think it's that. Let's just try it. Let's get rid of that div and that div. No, I didn't change anything. inspect. So these are the blocks that next image gives us, and then we're positioning it absolute. Okay, let's see what it looks like. I need to figure that one out. Because what we can do is we can maybe do, so on this background we can do like Z20. I don't know, let's do, okay, let's do this. So we've got a relative div here. So let's do above this, let's add another div, class name. So let's move that off. Class name, absolute, width full, height full, BG gray 900. I do Z10. Okay. And then we can do opacity, I don't know, let's try 50. Yeah, see, that works, that's what I want. However, we still have that little problem with the box on the bottom. It can't be this margin bottom, right? And that's giving us the margin at the bottom. Link, A tag. Because we don't really want to put text over images that our users could totally control. But at least if we do, this overlay like so, we've got control over. At least it's going to be dark enough to put white text on top with good visibility. Yeah, what's annoying me though is this little bar at the bottom, and it looks like it's clickable for the A. Height full. So it's almost like the div is just bigger than the image, but why is that? Can I just hide overflow? Is it? It's not overflowing though. Okay, I'm not going to spend too long trying to figure out this problem. Let's just continue, and we'll go with it. So now we've got this div here. We can, let's make it a flex. And then inside that div, we can put in, let's do these h3s, and let's pop on that. So we've got the item.title, class name, let's do text dash white font dash semi-bold. Okay. So we actually want, let's do another div because that one has got the opacity. So if we just take this div here, that one doesn't need to be flexed. This one doesn't need the opacity stuff. Let's whack the Z index up. So the Z index, basically the higher the number, the higher it's going to appear on the screen. Okay, brilliant. Word hard anywhere. So then what we can do with this is we can justify it in the center, and we can do item center. It's going to center that. Let's do text to Excel. Facebook app, landing page, Slack app, design context. Perfect. And then if we do some p tags, we've got the item.description. This is of course flexed, so we can do a flex call. Class name, so do a text gray 50 for this one. Let's do text large. And I think, yeah, with these descriptions, we could potentially have a little bit more detail on there. So let's go into our content in our portfolio, and then we can edit these. So we've got the description, and let's just do, I love this 2020 Ipsum generator. So let's just whack some of these on there. So if we add it to, I don't think we want that much description. Save and publish. And I don't want the same text, so let's take this. Just trying to make it look like it would actually look like if we were doing this. Okay. Cool. So then on that, let's just whack the text center. And on this div, we want to add some padding as well to make sure it's not going to be near the edges like that. Then on the paragraph tag, let's just add a small margin on top. Then I might want to do this lead in relaxed, just make it a bit more readable. And I think that's pretty good as far as readability goes. I think it might be worth just dropping the opacity down a little bit more. I think that's cool. And then what else do we have to put on there? So we've got the portfolios, description, slug, tags. Yeah, so we could put the tags actually, that's a good one. So within the div here, let's add a div, and then let's do, so for each item, yeah, so we do item.tags.map, and for each tag, so for each tag, we're going to return, let's just do a span with the tag like this. And then, yeah, the key is just going to be tag. So that should be unique. So class name, let's do text, no, we'll leave the text the same size, but let's do text white. Font, maybe do these in uppercase. And let's do text SM because we're in uppercase. And then we can just give it a bit of space between them like that. Let's do a margin, like 2 on these. Let's do a margin top of 4. I don't want that on everyone. Let's just do that on the div. Margin top of 4. And we could give it the treatment of like making it look like a little button, or we could at least do like a BG green, like 700 or something. And we can do px2, py1, rounded large. Okay, sorry, I had to take that call. So this is looking okay. Yeah, this little bar or whatever, I will figure it out. I just don't want to wait loads of time to figure it out. So yeah, we've got portfolio individual items. So clearly those pages need some work. I think we could do with having like a hero section. So if we just make a new component called hero.js, and then we can, make a little bit of a hero section just to break the page up a little bit. So let's return a div like this, and let's give it the max width 3XL, MX auto, pattern of 4, small screens, pattern of 6, large screens, pattern of 0. So that will match up, so everything will line up with the header. And yeah, I might just want to do like a H1, like, the best portfolio. And then let's add in here, like, I don't know, we can make it look a little fancy. So we do class name equals text 4XL, text gray 900, text center. And then we do class name equals text green 700 or something like that. And then let's bring this into our index page. Let's just bring it into the top here. Oh, we don't want a div. We just want hero. Best portfolio website. Looking good. So if we do font bold, and we might want to do max width, like medium on that, just to break it up. Flags, justify center. And then we do like py of 20, the best portfolio website. Then we can add some text to this, just some like little bit of text to go along with it. So if we do like text gray 700, font dash, I don't know, semi-bold. And then let's do a flex call, and then we want to change that to items center. Let's make this text XL and add like some margin to it. Text center. And yeah, I think we can go even bigger on that text, to be totally honest. Text dash 6XL, since as it's a really big max width. Yeah, something like that looks fine. And then when we're on small screens, so the thing I want to change, I don't want it to be text centered on small screens like that. So medium text center. So it's aligned to the left. So let's do actually like a large text center. So keep it aligned. Large 1024. And then let's do this. Where is it at? Flex call, item center. Just align to the left. And it creeps away. That's because of the item center, isn't it? Yeah. So then if we do large item center like that. Okay, fine. I like it's nothing fancy, but it cleans it up a little bit. It makes it look like, yeah, and you know, you can definitely put a lot more effort into that. But yeah, that's what we've got. Let's create a footer component. And like I say, I'm just kind of export default footer. No, export default function footer. Return a div. And then, you know, we can do the whole, let's have two divs inside of here. The bottommost div will do like ampersand copy like that. Is that gonna work? It's all right. New date dot to date string. New date dot get full year. What do we call this thing? Awesome portfolio. Awesome portfolio. And then let's do class name equals max width 3XL, MX auto, PX4, small screens pattern of 6, and then large screens pattern of nothing. On this div, let's do class name equals text gray 500, and then let's bring the footer in. Like so. Yeah, why is that copyright sign not working? Div. I'm sure that's ampersand and copy. What did I have before? Yeah, $sign. That's why it's not working. Copyright, awesome portfolio. We can flex that and justify center like that. And we might want to do like some social media stuff. Let me just pull that from Tailwind UI, just because it's going to be really annoying to watch me code out of. So I'm just going to steal this one. Where is the socials? Navigation.social. Okay. Ugh. Okay. So we do this social array. So we can just put this up here. So we just say const social equals that. It's an array. We got object. Why don't? Oh. Why don't you like this? Component definition is missing a display name. Okay, whatever. Let's yeah, let's just ignore all that. And let's see what we got. So social here. So let's just bring in this div. There's no headless UI or anything, is there here? Key, href, item. Okay. So we got social.map. Okay, awesome. So that's working. For some reason that broke. So we've got flex. We want a flex call. Justify center. We got that div. So we got that div. And that div. Why is this one not centered? Do do the old text center trick, that's fine. Let's do margin top of like 4 on that. And then let's do, let's leave it like that, you know, whatever. So we've got some little MB10. We've got some little icons now for our social media. Like I said, I've just stolen that from Tailwind UI because I don't want to have you guys watch me go find all these icons and things. Let's just display, let's get rid of that error like so. Okay, so we're getting there, we're making progress. I think, yeah, we could do it with a bit of spacing above that blog. So we can just add that. Am I in the right place there? Doesn't look like it. Oh, we already have margin top on here. Okay, fine. Best portfolio website. Yeah. And then what we can do is to stop this from happening. We can, on the portfolio, where we've got this, we can say it's hidden, and then on medium screens, that's going to be flex. Work hard anywhere. And I normally go down to about like 350. If it's okay at 350, then you know it's okay. Just notice in the header there. So in the header, we have got this flexed. So I just want to say it's going to be a flex call, and then SM, it's just going to be a flex row, like that. And then we can do, so this UL, let's just say margin top of 4, SM, margin top of 0. And then I really, 350, I think this is fine. Yeah, because we don't need to, nothing, text dash 3XL. It's going to be a bit better. But then we can do SM text 2XL. Like so. Cool. So we're looking pretty good responsivity wise. Like I said, design wise, I would definitely be doing this a lot different if this was going to be a real website. But what I want to do, just to make sure we're like, obviously if we add another one, we're going to get more and more and more of these. So what we can do within our playground here, we've got this query for portfolios and posts on the index page. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to say like first 3 and order by, then we can do date descending like this. Let's prettify that. And then we can do the exact same thing with the posts. So that even if we add more posts and things like that, it is still going to work exactly the same. So let's take that and we can add that to our data fetching. So portfolios and posts like so. Like I say, you're not going to see any changes. It just makes sure that we're only ever getting 3 of each. We might want to, you know, we could add some titles along the way there. You know, like here, we could have a div which just says recent posts. Recent post, class name equals text dash 2xl text gray 900 font semi recent posts. I think that needs to be, a lot bigger. And maybe we give it a bit of margin as well. And we could potentially do the same thing with this recent projects. I want a significantly more margin on the top just to kind of separate it. Separate it from the hero. I think it looks better without it, but I think it's also good to know what stuff is. Yeah, that's too much. Nah, let's leave it from the project. I think that's pretty obvious. And then, yeah, we can keep it on the post. That looks fine. Okay, so moving on, we are going to, what are we going to do next? Individual pages, I guess. So let's start with, so we have a few pages to kind of get through. So I'm going to just try and get through these ones. So our blog page is going to 404 right now. We can either add a blog.js, or what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add an index.js file in the blog folder. Export default function blog page, like so. And then let's return a div. And then, yeah, what do we want to do in this blog page? So we're going to need to get all of our blog posts. So if I just take this get static props function from here, and I'm going to, yes, let's take the get static props function. And then in our data, we want to get posts like this. So let's import get posts from lib /data const data equals await get posts. And I'm going to return data, and then let's just take the data, let's console log the data. Hello. Okay, so let's see what we've got now. So we've got posts. So we've got an object which contains posts. So we want to say here, so I want to return posts, which is going to be data.posts. And then I'm just going to take posts and console log the post. Let's make sure we got that right. Undefined, no we did not. Data equals await get posts. Let me just console log that data. Yeah, so we got posts array. Okay, fine. So it's working now. I was gonna say that seems weird. All right, so we have got our posts, and then I really just want to do the same as on the index page. So if I take this and I'm gonna add this down here like so, and then it's not data.post.map, it's just post.map. Let's import link from next link, and here we go. We don't want that recent post anymore because this is just going to be all of our posts. Yeah, so let's make sure on our query we're going to do this post, and then we're just going to do the order by like this, and I want to get the same thing as that. So order by date descending. So it's always ordering by the date. I think it, by default on GraphCMS, it will order by something like this published at or created at. But we want it to order by the date field that we define, which is why we're doing that. So that's going to get us all of our blog posts. Now we could add in here like filtering and a search or something like that, just to do that on the client side. But I'm going to leave that for now and just bang through this stuff. So we've got our blog that's going to literally display all of our blog posts in the portfolio. So let's do the same thing. We'll make an index.js file. Let's just copy this across. So we don't want to get posts. Do we have to get portfolio items? Yep. So get portfolio items. And then I'm not sure what that's going to give me. So let's just have a look. So portfolio items, they got portfolios. So let's just say items equals data.portfolios. They want items here and items here. And we're still going to get errors, but I want to see. Okay, let's get rid of this. That's even worse error. Div. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, so we've got our array now of portfolio things. And again, I'm just going to cheat with this. You should definitely be a lot more creative with your applications. But let's not worry about that. So let's take that and we can drop it in here. Okay, sorry. I keep needing to pick up the phone. So we have got items now. So we just want to do items.map like this. And we're going to need that image component. And yeah, we have our project now on this portfolio page. Like I say, you should really have a different and better layout for these individual pages where you can filter and things like that. And yeah, maybe we'll add that at the end actually. But just so we have some content up, here we go. And then again, let's just make sure in that data fetching place where we've got get portfolio items, we do this. Let's just copy this, order by date descending. There we go. Perfect. So we've got our blog, we've got our portfolio. That's good to go. I've added an about page there, but I'm not going to create one actually. Okay, so let's take a look at the individual blog page and we can start making this look nice. So let me close all of this stuff out and let's just go to the slug page. So we now have, yeah, just everything kind of thrown out there. So let's first do the usual, we could just have absolutely added a wrapper around the whole website that does this. But actually, if we want some full width elements, then it would prevent us from doing that. So mx.o, px4, px6, and then large px0. So already looking much better. It would be good to have some consistency in our H1s. So let me just, for example, on the index page where we have our, maybe from our hero we can do them. That's going to be too big, isn't it? Nah, it's not. Let's do this. Text, this one, and then font bold. So H1, let's do class name equals this, and font bold. Looking good. This description, yeah, I don't think we really need the description, to be totally honest. Let's do this div here, and then let's flex it. So we have now the name and author image. Flex, and let's do item center, like so. For the image, let's do class name equals rounded full. Doesn't really look good. So let's just stop doing it like that, and let's just do width equals, I don't know, let's do 100, height equals 100, and then we can add this object fit cover. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Class name equals. So we do like margin right 4. Text gray 900. Text large. Font semi bold. Let's maybe drop that to 800. You know, whatever. And then what we could do is let's add that into a div and get all of that in that div and flex that for this view, and then justify between item center. Yeah, it's looking better. Class name equals text gray 700, whatever. And then we've got our tags. So we do the class name of this div. Again, let's flex it, justify that one center. Let's do space x3. And then on our index page, I believe, we did some little tags.map, so we did uppercase, yeah, we can do that, uppercase, small text, tracking wide, margin of 2, yeah, so I don't know that I'm going to do them green, but let's see what that looks like. Class name equals, so yeah, we want the text to be white, yeah, I'm not going to do them green, let's do BG gray. YouTube development. Do we need those? BG gray dash 100. We do text dash gray 900. Yeah, they look a bit subtler. And then let's add this. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to npm install Tailwindcss typography, like so. In our Tailwind config, we're going to, for plugins, we're going to require Tailwindcss typography. And then we're going to class name equals pros, let's do pros XL. And then we'll just say max width none, because it's constrained already. And then run our dev server again. Hopefully that will constrain the code blocks. Bear with me 1 second. Network error. Let's give that a second. Okay, there we go. So this is looking more like a blog. And again, I think, you know, like it doesn't look amazing. But like I said, that wasn't really the goal. Let's just drop this down even smaller. Okay, not that small. So if we do 75, 75, yeah, I really actually hate these tags the way they're at. I wonder if we could, what would make them better? Maybe put them right under the title. Title, like so. No, that looks even worse. Actually, yeah, let's do that. So let's not justify a center though. And let's do this. YouTube development, yeah, fine. That's our tags. Yeah, I'm not sure. So we do margin top of 10. And then on this class, let's do margin bottom of 10. Yeah, it's looking a bit better, but I just don't think we need all that space. Margin top of 2. Margin bottom of, let's try 4. It's pretty crowded. Yeah, I think given some time, like we would make this look a lot better. But I think for now, it is, yeah, it's looking just fine. Next.js land. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, definitely work to be done with the header and the way it looks. But yeah, hopefully you get the idea. So let's have a look at a portfolio item. And to be fair, we're going to give that a very similar treatment. So we have this div that encapsulates everything. Let me just open up that slug file that we've just done. I'll copy that one across. Let's copy that across because that is already done. The image is fine as it is, although we need an alt on the image. So the alt is going to be, so I should call it portfolio item dot title, and that will be the alt on the image. The H1, let's go with the same styling. I think it's always good to have consistency, especially where you're having like similar things like this. We don't have an author on this one though, so we've just got the date. So let's do this one, class name, text dash gray, like 800 or something. Margin bottom, let's give it a bit of space. We've got that description. And we can just give that again a pros Excel class and it will look a bit nicer. And then the tags. Where's our tag classes? So we can add the tag classes. Class name equals that. And then flex space x2. Yeah, so they're looking a bit more like tags. However, in this instance, let's drop them where we have got the date. Let's just drop the div. Oh, what's it in there? Oh, I see. H1. div. So then let's move the date into that. Let's put the tags there so we can flex it. We can make them side by side. Class name equals flex and justify between item center. Fine. And yeah, on that description, let's add some py, just make it stand out a little bit. And yeah, maybe let's add a little bit of margin to the top of this as well. So Slack app design concept, this doesn't look correctly aligned to me. So on those tags, it still doesn't look correctly aligned. Oh, this margin bottom maybe. There we go. So then on this div we can do margin top. Yeah, and again, of course, this isn't actually a portfolio post, but you can see with the markdown how you would go about adding a portfolio post. Okay, great. I think this looks okay as well. Like I say, you could spend a bit of time really nailing the way that it looks, and I would encourage you to do so. This is just an introduction to kind of how to do it. I'm sure now with this start you will be able to go and do it yourself much better. Okay, yeah, we don't have an about page yet. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna wrap this video up here today because we've accomplished a basic portfolio and blog. And then what we're gonna do in my next video, I'm gonna continue building this, and we're gonna add in some pagination. I'm gonna add in some filtering and searching and things like that. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, for now, I will see you all soon. If you got through to the end, well done. Hopefully it was worth it. I think it's a really great introduction to how to build portfolios. We've got a blog in here. So yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and I will speak to you soon.